other two. Hey, hey, hey. All right, we'll see if that works. I don't know if this is working, y'all. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, Instagram, y'all here. So, what questions do y'all have for me? Messaging and sales content is massive when it comes to making sales online. For those of you who do not know me, I'm April Beverly, the Million Dollar Word Stylist. Entrepreneurs and small business owners turn to me, my team, and my AI copywriting software when they want to transform their dull, boring words into spine-tingling sentences that propel folks without those credit cards and smack the buy buttons. And I'm here. I'm about to start going through all of my emails, retooling all of my emails, sales pages, all that good stuff for 2025. And I'm jumping on here while I put in all that work to see if y'all have any questions for me about doing the same. We can talk about your emails. We can talk about your core messaging statements. We can talk about you using AI. Oh, some of y'all using AI and y'all like, I've trained it to talk like me, so I'm just gonna use what it's telling me, and I'm just gonna publish. Yeah, that I'm gonna say that's probably not working out for some of y'all, and it's simply because what I'm seeing is the emotion is missing. I've reviewed. I don't know. Hey, Precious, can you hear me? Can you hear me on YouTube? So the problem is that y'all using AI. A lot of you guys are using AI straight out the box. And while some tools are better than others, okay, cool. And while some tools are better than others, you still need to add the emotion back in. Like this week, I've reviewed, I don't know, probably about 10, 12 sales pages. I do VIP calls randomly. Oh, yes, I'm glad y'all can hear me. I do VIP calls periodically and I critique copy, right? And I have a tool that tells me when y'all use AI, but I don't even need to use my tool. The reason why I don't need to use my tool is because a lot of folks, even though you've trained these mainstream AI tools to write like you, they don't. Like AI typically writes sales pages in a very clinical way. And so, what do I mean by that? AI will write your sales page based on features and benefits, all the clear things that people need to know about, right? That they need to know from an informational perspective, but it's not driving sales, right? And if you want people to purchase, you have to go back and add that emotional element into it. Now, I'm not saying AI can't do this because AI certainly can. Like my tool, April, you can check it out at propitchtool.com. That's propitchtool.com. My tool, April, has been trained to think and function like a copywriter. And so, what that means is April understands how to add the emotion in. But what I am finding is that a lot of you guys are training your AI tools. You're following what the gurus are telling you, so there's nothing wrong with that. But you're training these AI tools, and the AI tools is writing for features, it's writing for benefits, it's writing based on the very core clinical information that you're giving it, but you're not giving it the words from your audience. So when you don't give it the words from your audience, when you don't give it the testimonials, when you don't give it the stories, when you don't give it the emotion that your audience is telling you how they feel about your offers, what they think about your offers, how they feel when they land on your sales pages, all these things that copywriters are actually going to ask you about, you're leaving all that stuff out. And that's hurting your sales because we buy based on emotion. AI is adding all the logical information, but logic is an afterthought when people are making buying decisions. We're making buying decisions first based on our emotions. And then we go back and back up that buying decision based on logic. Does this make sense for my brand? Does this make sense for my budget? Can I even afford this right now? Like, we start thinking about all those things, but we're tied to the offer based on the emotion first. And that's what I'm seeing with a lot of folks who are using AI. It's not wrong to use AI to put the words on the page first. Like, that's golden. That's a great idea. Don't stop doing that. But you have to go back in and flow in that emotion. Otherwise, you're going to have a page full of features and benefits that nobody understands why they need them. Are y'all following me today? Are y'all? So I'm going to, let me see on Instagram. Let me see. Anybody got any questions? Instagram. Hey, I am happy to let you guys go live with me if you want to ask your question, if you want to raise your hand. We can't do that on YouTube or Facebook, but we can definitely do that on Instagram. But that is the core thing. So I'm going to show you guys what I mean by that on Facebook and Instagram. I'm sorry, Facebook and YouTube, just so you guys can see what I mean by adding the emotion back in when you're writing these sales pages. Okay. All right. So let me do a quick demo. Pressure, did you have a specific question? Oh, Jesus, my leg is cramping up. All right. I'm going to show a quick demo. Do I have it open? Let me make sure I got April open. Okay. All right, cool. Let's do that. That's actually a great way for me to segment into the example. So thank you for that. Let me get April up and we can go through your story. So give me a little bit of insight. I know that you were doing hair care first and then you pivoted into accounting, I believe. No, bookkeeping. All right. Give me a little piece of the story and we'll start working that out. Right. What was it before? All right, y'all. So we about to build this story in April. Can't share on Instagram, but I'm live on YouTube and Facebook. So we're about to dig into that. Let me pull April up so you guys can see me typing over here. All right. Precious, give me the words that you would use to talk about where you were before you switched to bookkeeping for real estate investors. In the meantime, I'm going to close some windows down. All right. All right, y'all. I'm gonna check back over here on Instagram, see if y'all got questions. No. Y'all so quiet today. I guess it's Sunday. Like, I normally ain't on here, but I said I would go live today. All right, let me see. My niche is doing bookkeeping for real estate investors. Been doing hair loss for over 10 years, and that season ended Now I pivoted to use my college degrees in accounting. All right, cool. Sign up for your VIP masterclass list. I assume on that masterclass list you're going to be teaching bookkeeping. The one thing too, I want all of you guys to keep in mind is that when you are using April, hey, I'm gonna turn y'all off on Instagram since y'all don't really have any questions. I want to thank y'all so much for hopping on. If you want to join me on Facebook or YouTube, then you can kind of see how we're using April and the questions I'm answering over there. Bye, guys. I don't want to have y'all keep looking at the end of my side of my head. All right, all right. So we got them off. Okay. So we'll start here. The one thing I want you guys to always remember is that when you are working with a copywriter, for example, that copywriter is going to want to know what type of copy am I creating for you. So that's going to be the first thing that we tell April. So we're going to say, I want you to tell my story in an email in a way that connects and resonates with my real estate investor audience to showcase my passion for what I do now. I want the CTA to be to sign up for my VIP masterclass email list. So let's start there and then start refining as we get that baseline down. All right, from hair loss to real estate, my journey to bookkeeping, why I chose real estate to bookkeeping and why it matters to you. Okay. Discover the passion behind my real estate bookkeeping masterclass. Picture this: a world where every number tells a story and every transaction is a step toward building wealth. That's the world I live in now, but it wasn't always this way. I started my career consulting on hair loss, helping people regain confidence and self esteem. It was rewarding, but something was missing. Let's be real. I had a degree in finance. I don't know if that was your degree. I think you said it was accounting. That was calling my name. I wanted to dive into something that not only challenged me, but also aligned with my passion for numbers and real estate. So I pivoted. I took the leap from hair loss to bookkeeping for real estate investors. And let me tell you, it hits different. Why real estate? Because it's not just about properties and profits, it's about creating a legacy, building a future, and making smart financial decisions that pay off in the long run. I wanted to be a part of that journey, helping investors like you navigate the financial landscape with confidence and clarity. Now I'm inviting you to join me on this journey. Sign up for my VIP masterclass email list, where I'll share insight, strategies, and tips to make your real estate investments work harder for you. Whether you're a seasoned investor or just starting out, there's something here for everyone. Let's keep it real. Basic bookkeeping gets basic results, but when your financial strategy. So this was a good story based off of what we told April, but let's dig into they can save time by hiring me as a solution. I want my story to really tie into me being the best choice. Now let's start refining. for bookkeeping for real estate investors. I used to do my own books. I have a degree in accounting and all right, so I want you to see how we're just having a conversation. So this was the first stab at it. The story was actually really good, but we want to tie it back to tying back your expertise to why it's important for them to join this VIP masterclass list. All right, so okay. All right, so from personal books to real estate mastery, my bookkeeping journey, why my bookkeeping skills are your real estate secret weapon. Discover the hidden gems in real estate bookkeeping. Imagine this, you're knee deep in real estate investments, juggling properties, tenants, and endless paperwork. The numbers are piling up, and you're wondering if there's a better way to manage it all. That's where I come in. I started doing my own books, armed with a degree in accounting and a passion for precision. I love that. I quickly realized that the smallest details can make the biggest impact on your financial success. It's not just about crunching numbers, it's about uncovering the hidden gems that can transform your investments. Real estate isn't just a business, it's a legacy. And to build that legacy, you need a financial strategy that hits different. My knack for identifying those tiny game changing details is what sets me apart. It's what makes me the best choice for real estate investors like you. Now I'm inviting you to learn from my experience. Join my VIP masterclass email list, where I'll share the lessons I've learned and the strategies that take your real estate game to the next level. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, there's something here for everyone. Let's keep it real. Basic bookkeeping gets basic results, but when you dive in. Okay, so April took the information about your hair background out of here. I don't know if that's important for you to share, but I will say this. I like how she reached back to when you were doing your own books. I feel like the story about how you used to consult on hair loss, unless there's like a direct tie in there, that's something that you can tell them during your masterclass versus putting it in the email to get them to jump on the VIP masterclass list. Because we want to make sure that we're focusing on the details of the story. It's kind of like what I was talking about in the newsletter. We want to make sure that we're focusing on the details in the story that matter most to the reader, right? And then when you're live or when you're speaking or when you're sharing your personal story and your background, you can add in more of those extra details that make you you. Okay. What's the next thing you said? All right, you want to know how to turn them into social media posts. All right. Cool. I like this. I like this email. Let's now turn this into an engaging social media. Social media posts, but I want you to add back in my hair loss consulting expertise. see. This as a shorter social media post. She gave you a long form one. I'm going to give you a shorter one too. Let's see. Give me a few different hook examples. So now I'm just like playing around to see what else she can do. What if the secret to... I kind of like number 3 because it's like cut it, but hair loss. It kind of ties in that thing. So let's try this. All right, tired of the same old strategies, just don't cut it anymore. Let's keep it real. Managing real estate investments can feel like a never ending hustle. You're juggling properties, tenants, and paperwork, and the numbers just keep piling up. But what if I told you there's a better way to handle it? I started in hair loss consulting, helping folks regain their confidence, but my degree in accounting was calling my name. I realized that the smallest details can make the biggest impact, whether it's in hair loss or bookkeeping. So I pivoted to real estate bookkeeping. It's not just about crunching numbers. It's about uncovering hidden gems that transform investments. Real estate isn't just a business, it's a legacy. And to build that legacy, you need a financial strategy that hits different. My experience taught me the importance of attention to detail, and that's what I bring to the table for real estate investors like you. Ready to discover the secrets of successful real estate bookkeeping? Sign up for my VIP Masterclass email list and let's make those numbers work for you. This is a great social media post. It's very salesy. I don't say it's very salesy, but this is definitely a sales focused social media post. I don't know if that's what you were looking for, but this is what April wrote based on the instructions that we gave her to kind of tie it to the email with the call to action. Now, as you're building up, getting folks on this masterclass VIP list, you're going to want to share videos with education. You're going to want to share reels with tips and all those good things that kind of build you up as that expert. And then this is like one of those videos or social media posts that you can do to really focus on the sales piece of it. Hey, Nicole, thanks for jumping on. Hey, Rachel. Does April help with brainstorming an outline for going live about different topics for helping moms with dystasis recti? I hope I pronounced that right. To feeling good in their bodies again. I want to go live weekly. Yep. Yeah, that's definitely a sales, like I said, a sales post. You could say, April, this is a great sales post. I want you to create some nurturing type of post to showcase my authority and expertise. What tips would you recommend I teach on to do that? Rachel, I'll get to you in just one sec. All right, so when it comes to nurturing posts, this showcase your expertise and authority. It's all about sharing valuable things, valuable insights, and actionable tips to resonate with your audience. Here are a few ideas that get you started. Okay. These ideas are great. Map out one of the ideas for me based on what I've told you about my expertise. Okay. So we had Precious, so we had April go in and she gave you a list of tips and things that you can talk about to showcase your authority, because those are going to be your build up around this sales post, right? So there's 6 options here. Break down complex concepts, share success stories. This is something everybody can use, right? Offer actionable tips, debunk myths, build this behind the scenes insight, industry trends and predictions, right? This is how you showcase your authority and expertise. And then I said, these ideas are great, just having a conversation. Map out one of the ideas for me based on what I've told you about my expertise. So she said, let's dive into the idea of break down complex concepts to showcase your authority and expertise in real estate bookkeeping. So the hook is, let's be real. Real estate bookkeeping can feel like deciphering a secret code, but it doesn't have to be that way. So that's the hook. You're bringing people in. You're like, okay, well, if it don't have to be like that, what we gonna do? Then your introduction. You've got properties to manage, tenants to keep happy, and numbers that just won't quit. It's a lot. And the last thing you need is a bookkeeping headache. But what if I told you that understanding your finances could be as simple as a Sunday morning? Easy as Sunday morning. Okay, April, I get it. Content. And then she gives you four tips to give folks. Simplify the jargon. Start by breaking down common bookkeeping terms that often confuse real estate investors. Explain terms like cash flow, capitalization, rate, and depreciation in a way that's easy to grasp. So this is April talking to you now. This is what she wants you to do based on your expertise. Step-by-step guides. Offer a step-by-step guide on how to track expenses and income for a property. Use a relatable example to illustrate each step, making it easy for your audience to follow along. So you're going to break down jargon, key terms that your people may not understand. Then you're going to pull out one thing about tracking expenses and income for a property that they may not know, and you're going to share with them. And then you could do a visual aid. Maybe you have a whiteboard. Maybe you have something like this where you're showing them like behind the scenes, your bookkeeping dashboard and what you track for maybe you have a dummy demo bookkeeping system, and you go in and show them how you do this for other real estate investors. It's a dummy account because you're not going to show your existing clients information, but that's how you would do that. And then real life application. Share a real life scenario where proper bookkeeping made a significant difference in an investment success. So this is where you're sharing a story. So for example, I showed you all that, and I work with real estate investment company ABC. And when they came to me, they were doing XYZ. And now they're doing ABC because I went in, I saved them 85% of their time, right? And then conclusion of your video is going to be by breaking down these complex concepts. You're not just managing your books, you're mastering them. And with mastery comes the power to make informed decisions that can transform your real estate investments. That's you talking to them now. Call to action. Ready to take control of your real estate finances? Join my VIP masterclass email list and let's make those numbers work for you. So April took you through 4 possible things. You could possibly do all of this because it kind of breaks you, like the top would be like breaking down the jargon. These are some key terms that I want to just make sure that everybody knows before I go into example of how to track expenses and income for your property, right? And then you actually show them. This is a dummy dashboard that I created that works similar to how I would work with other real estate investors. I want to break down how I'm tracking expenses for this particular client, for a particular client using this dummy account, right? This is exactly what I did for real estate company ABC, right? And then you go to the conclusion. Look, by breaking down all these complex concepts, you're not just managing your books, you're mastering them. And that's where I come in. And you introduce yourself, etc. All right, this approach not only, and April says this approach not only showcases your expertise, but also provides tangible value to your audience, positioning you as a go-to authority in real estate bookkeeping. Now, the only thing that I would add that she did not add, because we did not tell her, was after your hook, you want to say, hey, before I get to that, she doesn't know because we haven't shared your bio with her. But after the hook, before the introduction, you want to say, hey, before we get to that, please allow me to introduce myself. I'm Precious Rutland, right? And then you go into your introduction. Okay. Let me see. Go to the comments. This post's render is definitely unlike anything ChatGPT would have spit out. Sounds like a real person. Oh, thank you, Nicole. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yes, Precious, that's what I would do. April broke it out, but yeah. All right, does April help with brainstorming an outline for going live? All right, so she really kind of just did that for Rachel, but I mean, sorry, for Precious. But let me go to another chat. All right, Precious, does that answer your question? How you would just have a conversation with April to kind of go from email to social media posts to all the different video scripts. You start with telling her to create one type of piece of content. If you guys are telling April to create a story, you still got to tell her what format you want the story to be in. All right, Rachel, I'm going to see. Can you outline 5 topics for me to go live weekly to talk about this? Leave room for me to introduce who I am after the hook before going into the content. Hey, Dr. Felicia, thank you so much. You can hop on April. Let me share the link here. You can go to propitchtool.com. That's propitchtool.com. Precious, yes, I can absolutely share that chat with you. If I forget, you don't get it by Monday because I've jumped off here and the kid's like, Mommy, I'm hungry. Just shoot me a note to remind me. All right, so for Rachel, we said, hey, April, I help moms with diet. I think I'm pronouncing that wrong. DR. I'm going to just say DR. Each topic, where was that? All right, so here's what I said. Hey, April, I help moms with DR feel good in their bodies again by offering exercise they can do. Can you outline 5 topics for me to go live weekly to talk about this? Leave room for me to introduce who I am after the hook before going into the content. And girl, because you know Sundays can get wild around here. And it's coming up on dinner time. All right, April says, hey, let's get this bread. Here are 5 engaging topics for your weekly live sessions that will resonate with moms dealing with DR. Each topic starts with a hook, leaving space for you to introduce yourself before diving into the content. Hey, Malika. All right, so okay, let's go back to Nicole. If you want to drop some more details about your business, which I know a lot, but if you can just give me like a one-liner here for everybody else so they can see how you describe it and then what April does to create it. All right, so going back to you, Rachel. The hook is, ever feel like you're not getting the full story on DR? Let's uncover the truth together. Share your journey. Oh, so that's the hook. This intro part is for you to give your, hey, I'm Rachel, da 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 da, I do da 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 da, before we get to that. And then you go into the copy. From frustration. Oh, these are, oh, okay, never mind. I'm trying to read too fast. Thank you so much, Dr. Felicia. I appreciate you. All right, so number one topic is the truth about DR, what your doctors didn't tell you. I actually like that as a hook. And then the intro is share your journey, expertise, and helping moms feel good about their bodies. So these are hook ideas. So we're going to go in and now choose one to have April flesh out. So number two was from frustration to freedom, exercises that actually work. Tired of exercises that promise results, believe you feeling stuck. Let's change that. And then you introduce yourself. Number three is heard the myths about DR. It's time to set the record straight. Number four is feeling like your confidence took a hit. Let's talk about reclaiming it. Number five, struggling to embrace your postpartum body. Let's find strength and change. All right, so let's pick one. Let's do number one. And now we're going to say, CTA to join my DR, to join my mom fitness community. Rachel, we'll just do here just for the purposes of this. But so we say, hey, I like topic number one. I want you to outline the entire live stream with 5 to 7 tips and a CTA to join my mom fitness club community. All right. So here is your live stream. The truth about DR, what your doctor didn't tell you. So the hook is, ever feel like you're not getting the full story on DR? Let's uncover the truth. And then you're going to introduce yourself. Before we get to that, I'm Rachel, da 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 da, right? And then your content. Now we're going to go into 5 ways. Number one, understanding DR. You're going to explain what it is, how it affects the body, common misconceptions, and why it's often overlooked. Number two, you're going to identify signs that lets women know whether they have it or not. Encourage a self-assessment, when to seek professional advice, because you want to make sure you're drawing that line between you and a doctor actually diagnosing it. Number three, you want to talk about the impact on daily life. Talk about how DR can affect daily activities, overall well-being, highlight the emotional and physical challenges that moms often face. Number four, then you're going to go into effective exercises. Introduce a few, maybe 1 or 2. Don't overwhelm people because they can get the full shebang in your community that are safe and effective for people to do, right? For moms to do. Emphasize the importance of proper form and consistency. Number 5, discuss the role of nutrition in healing and strengthening the body. Offer tips on foods that support recovery and overall health. Number 6, build a support system. See how April is naturally going into the sales conversation? I absolutely love this. Number 6 is building a support system. That support system, that community is going to be your community. That's where you're going to weave in talking about what you do to support other women who are going through this, the community that you have, or whatever that call to action, whatever that offer is. 7 is long-term management. Again, this is tying all this information and education back to you, how you support women, long-term management, how long is your program, what they're going to be able to get out of it. This is where this comes in. Encourage a holistic approach to health and fitness. Call to action, ready to take control of your journey and connect with other moms who get it. Join my mom fitness community where you'll get the support, guidance, and a whole lot of inspiration. Let's make this journey together. You obviously want to share the link, and that's how you do it. Malika says, oh, cool, thanks. Definitely plan to check it out. So this is better than ChatGPT, correct? I'm new to AI. Use just trying to understand the difference. Thanks in advance. Oh, thank you so much for asking. So let me go to my homepage. So April is, first and foremost, I'm April Beverly. Thank you so much for hopping on. I'm the $1 Million Word Stylist. I have been running a copywriting agency for the past 13 years. And earlier in the year, June of 2024, it is now 2025, I can't even believe it, but in June 2024, I launched this software. It's called April, a play off of my name, so it's AIPRO, and April is a trained AI copywriter. So when you ask, is it better than ChatGPT, there's really no comparison because April is trained as a copywriter. April has the background to just flow with making sure that you have good sales and marketing content that's very conversational, that resonates with diverse audiences, that's not cookie cutter. It does not write for you, it writes with you. So you have to share some things about your brand. You have to share some things about your target audience. You have to share some things about the angle of stories that you want to do. And then April will help you do the rest in a very conversational, emotional based way for you to get people engaged with your content. So check us out, see how you like it. Let me know if you have any questions about anything. We have tech support there at the bottom of the page, tech support. You can tap here if you have any questions about the tool or anything that you don't understand how it works. But basically, April is all about having a conversation with the tool. You don't have to do a ton of heavy prompting. You don't have to do a ton of act like you're such and such and such and such and such and such and do XYZ. You don't have to do that with April. You would just interact with April just as you would someone who's writing your sales and marketing content for you, an actual human. So everything you see me doing right now, I'm literally just interacting just as I would be doing with a human copywriter. Thank you, Malika. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Rachel says April cooked for sure. Yeah, absolutely. So once you get the actual topic, Rachel, then you go in and say, okay, April, I love this topic. Outline it. And so the reason why you have to go back and have a conversation with her again, why she's not going to just be like, boom, outline, all this extra stuff, is because April again functions like a copywriter. If you were talking to a human copywriter is going to give you the topics first. And that human copywriter is going to say, okay, give me the topic that you want to start with, and we'll flesh that out. And then you'll look at that and you'll say, hey, I love this. This is great. And then we'll go and flesh out the topics for 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? But we want to make sure that we're on the same page. That's what April focuses on, making sure she's on the same page. I've seen folks who have come in and they're like, because they're coming from a ChatGPT, because they're coming from a Copilot, because they're coming from one of the other mainstream AI tools, they come in and they be like, write me 30 social media posts. And they get upset because April's like, pump your brakes. Who is your target audience? Pump your brakes. What you offering? Pump your brakes. What's your features and benefits? Because they just want the copy, right? And so you can get that basic copy from the other mainstream tools. April is here to make sure your content is refined so you actually get sales, so you actually get engagement, so you actually are on the same page with your audience. Like, we don't really do basic content over here. And yes, it takes you a little bit longer to interact with April to get the right copy, but do you want it to be quality or do you want it fast? Because it's still fast, but we want to make sure that it's right when it comes out. The content that comes out of April requires way less editing, way less, how I talked about earlier, if you guys were on, putting the emotion back in. April bakes all that stuff in, but you got to give her something first. Dr. Felicia says, yes, I need this. I'm a SME in my field, but this is not my lane, so need it. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. All right, so Nicole, I'm coming to you. My clients are typically new business owners who want to get, let me go back up. I'm a brand designer that works directly with my clients by designing unique brand identities. All right, let's come up with some freebie ideas for Nicole. So the other thing I want you guys to notice is April has chats on the side. These are conversations. And so April has been trained from a privacy perspective. We don't train on your data. We don't take your data and transform it and move it around and spit it out to other places. When you are using April, your data stays with you. It's like what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. The same thing happens with April. When you log in as a user, everything that you input and share with April, it stops there. It is blocked. We don't see it. We don't engage with it. We don't use it. We don't train on it. We don't do any of that. And so I've seen a few folks like, well, April doesn't remember me. That's by design. It remembers on a chat by chat basis. So if you guys see me switching chats, so for example, when I did Rachel's, I said, let me open up a new chat. When I did the content for Precious, I said, let me open a new chat before I went to Rachel. And that's because April remembers on a chat by chat basis, but she doesn't remember holistically like one of the mainstream tools does. And that's because we've trained it from a privacy perspective. We don't want to know the PDFs you're uploading. We don't want to know your proprietary confidential company information. We want that to stay with you. And again, that does require for you to share your target audience. It does require for you to share your information. It's not behind the scenes. Maybe one day it will be. But for right now, privacy was very important to me and to my team in building this. So that's why April only remembers from a chat to chat basis. Okay. Now, Nicole, let's go into what you need us to create. What kind of freebie ideas for my brand design business? All right. So we're going to go to a new chat. Exactly, Malika. So April also, that's the other thing. And I'm so glad you said that. How you interact with April is how she creates your content. So the tone that and language that she senses from you is how she'll write for you. But at any time, if you want your content to be a little bit more conversational, and I'll do this with Nicole, you can say, write this in April voice. Well, let me show you with one of the other ones. And that will give it a more conversational tone. But April writes how you interact with her. Like it senses that language and tone automatically. So you don't have to say, write this in a warm tone, right? So I'm going to go down and see. So let's say, listen. All right, so I'm going to pull this email that we wrote. Where is it? All right. So I'm pulling this email. Now, you probably won't see too much of a change because I actually I write in the April voice, so April might be like, fool, we already did that. But let's see. So here you won't see too much of a change, but if you wrote something that was really, really professional, really, really corporate like, then you would see a huge change. But let's see what she does here. So instead of saying you're knee deep in real estate, it says you're deep in the real estate hustle, juggling properties, tenants, and a mountain of paperwork. So she tweaked it. There's not a huge difference in the voice because I was already typing in April voice, if that makes sense. But you can see that this is even more conversational than the last version. The numbers are stacking up versus the numbers are piling up. And you're thinking there's got to be a better way to handle this versus, and you're wondering if there's a better way to manage it all. See the slight difference? I kicked off my journey by managing my own books versus, she went all the way up. that's where I come in. I started my journey by doing my own books. So there's just a slight change here because I was already typing in April Voice for the most part, but April kicked it up a notch. But you can see some slight differences there. So at any time, if you want it to be even more conversational, you just say, write this in AIPRO voice, and it'll do its thing naturally. All right, now Nicole, we're coming up. We're coming over to you now. New chat. All right. So, what did you say? Let me say, hey April. Y'all don't have to say hey April. I just like doing it. It feels like I'm talking to myself. Give me 10 really creative freebie ideas for my brand design business. And I'm going to come get your. I am a brand designer who works. Nicole, the reason why I want you to type this because I want you to see that I'm literally using the exact words that you gave me. Because you're conversing with me as a copywriter, I'm conversing with April the exact same way. It's directly with my clients by designing unique brand identities. I can't spell this day. No, you said something else. My clients are typically new business owners who want to get started on their branding journey, or those who are looking to rebrand their existing business. I want these freebie ideas to be creative and unique. Something that gets people excited and rushing to hand over their email addresses. How do I tell April to stay writing in my voice? So is it best to tell April to use my voice as I typed in the prompt? So Precious, it's supposed to detect the voice that you're using and give you that same voice back, right? But if you want it to be more conversational, then you tell it to write in April voice. But how you type is how it's going to give you the content back. So if you type in a proper corporate way, that's how it's going to write for you. If you want it to be more conversational, then you say, write this in April voice, and then you can fine tune it from there. All right, hey, let's get those creative juices flowing. Here are 10 unique freebie ideas that have your potential clients eager to connect with your brand design business. Brand Identity Starter Kit, a downloadable guide with templates, color palettes, and typography suggestions to kickstart their branding journey. 30-day brand challenge, a daily email series with actionable tips and tasks to help them refine their brand identity over a month. Oh, I actually like that one. That's cool. Brand mood board templates offer a set of customizable mood board templates to help clients visualize their brand's aesthetic. Logo design checklist, a comprehensive checklist that guides them through the essential elements of a standout logo. Brand storytelling workbook, a fillable PDF that helps clients craft a compelling brand story that resonates with their audience. color psychology guide, an insightful guide on how different colors impact emotions and brand perception, helping them choose the right palette. This is so funny because I was sitting here like, damn, I love those color psych guides. Like, I absolutely love those. And it's number 6 for April. Like, you could put this together in a really cool way. You could do like different celebrities or whatever, like Nikki uses pink, why does Nikki use pink? Or, you know, whatever, Fenty uses that tan color, why does Fenty use that tan color? Like, you can do like updated hip-hop things to represent the colors. But anyway, I'm spazzing out over that. Okay, so number 7 is a brand audit toolkit, a self-assessment tool that allows clients to evaluate their current brand and identify areas for improvement. A typography pairing guide, a curated list of font pairings that work well together, making it easier for clients to choose the right typography. Social media branding tips, a mini ebook with strategies for maintaining a consistent brand presence across social media platforms. Brand vision board workshop, an exclusive video workshop that walks them through creating a vision board for their brand's future. Like, woo! Any of these hitting you, Nicole? Because I saw a couple that I would love to have from a brand design band, a business. Okay, yeah, Precious. God, that makes sense for you. Yeah, I think that's the one thing that I probably don't communicate enough. Um, because I've seen it happen with myself. Like, I could be writing, you know, I work for corporate clients too, so I could be writing something like type me up an email to check in with my corporate clients, right? And so I could be typing something and now I'm in corporate mode voice and it writes it so corporate. I'm like, ooh, scale back. And so we go back and try to make it a little bit more conversational, but it's because I'm typing in a very corporate voice that that's what she gives me. Want to know something? Number 10 is something I was already thinking about. Ah, ha, ha, ha. See, there we go. There we go. And then, so see, you can play around with the list and say, you know, these are good, but I like to also get some workshop or ideas on how I can interact with my audience live online. That's funny that you were already thinking about number 10. So now I said, these are good, but I also like to get some workshop or ideas on how I can interact with my audience live online. So now she's saying, okay, live brand makeover sessions, invite a few participants to submit their current brand materials and then do a live critique and makeover session. Interactive branding Q&A, host a live Q&A session where your audience can ask about branding. And then April tells you why these things are good. This is not only showcase your expertise, but also provides real-time value. This is a great way to address common concerns and establish yourself as a go-to expert. Virtual brand vision board party. Guide your audience to creating their own brand vision boards. We talked about that one already. Brand storytelling workshop. Teach your audience how to craft compelling brand stories. Live logo design jam. I like that. Collaborate with your audience to design a logo in real time. This can be a fun, creative session that highlights your design process and skills. Branding Bootcamp, a series of live sessions over a week, each focusing on a different aspect of branding, from color theory to typography to brand messaging. I love that one. Analyze and provide feedback on participants' social media profiles, offering tips on how to maintain a consistent brand presence. 6, brand audit live. Walk through a brand audit process with a volunteer's brand, showing how to identify strengths and areas for improvement. Color Psych live demo. Demonstrate how different colors can impact brand perception. Typography pairing live workshop. Show how to pair fonts effectively. I love that. So these are good. So then you can go on and say, hey, these are all great. Now tell me which one you would choose if you wanted to get a cash infusion of sales. Now we just interacting with April like, hey, tell me which one you think. If you're looking to get a cash infusion of sales, I'd go with live brand makeover sessions, and she tells you why. This option not only showcases your expertise in real time, but also creates a sense of urgency and exclusivity. By offering personalized critiques and makeovers, you're providing immediate value that can lead to quick conversions. Plus, the interactive nature of the session builds trust and rapport with your audience, making them more likely to invest in your services. Let's keep it real. When your audience sees the transformation you can deliver, they're more inclined to look. Now, April, you ain't supposed to be quoting me. They're more inclined to open their wallets. She funny. Nicole, so you see how we went from ideas to now. Let's see which one you would suggest for me to go with to get me some money coming in. Because again, April thinks like a copywriter. It's not just basic information. April thinks like a copywriter for sales, for sales, for sales. Okay. So this is the angle that she goes with. Yes, let's go. So she did that. She told you which one to go with to get you that cash infusion. We already know you're looking for, because we don't do freebies just to do freebies, right? So yeah. So there it is. You guys send this to me. Okay, I got you. Look, you had to remind me, because like I told you, we coming up on dinner time in this house. But yes, I would definitely send you this. All right, y'all. Any other questions? This was awesome. This was awesome. What do y'all think? How did April do today? Did April cook, or did she cook? Yes, let's go. True. She showed out. All right, and for those of you who are not yet using her, go to propitchtool.com. That's propitchtool.com. Again, April is a trained AI copywriter. Yes, shoot me an email, Nicole. That's a good way to remind me, and then I can respond back. 10 out of 10, absolutely recommend. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Yes, Precious says she cooked. I feel more confident. I love that. Thank you so much. Precious, if you can shoot me an email as well to remind me, and then I'll send the chat back to you. Malika says, I really like it. Can you share it with your team to work together? Malika, that's a great question. So we do have an annual plan. It is $1,500 for the entire year with unlimited chat. So there's no limit to it. On that plan, you can invite 2 additional users. Now, the thing is that when you invite those 2 additional users, your team is the ones who can use it, and there's no sharing of content amongst it. Like your team, like let's say you have an admin from the Philippines, because I have an admin from Brazil, right? And so she uses April to be able to make sure that what she's saying to interact with my audience is native to our brand voice. So it's very easy for April to create client communications and things of that nature for her to be able to send to our clients. So she has an account that's off of our account, and then we have a team account also. So you can have Johnny on one account, you can have Susie on another account, and they're all tied to your account. Now, to make sure, again, because we are big on privacy, we know that it's one company, but we want to make sure that what your admin is creating for you isn't all convoluted together in one big pot. So what your admin creates, they'll be able to create on their side with their specific chats, and they can share that information with you via email or however you guys interact. Nicole says, is there a specific email you want us to send to? Yes, send to my A Beverly. I'll drop it in the chat. Then I'm gonna delete this so folks ain't spamming me. Precious, you got my email, but Nicole, send it to that one. Malika, did that make sense to you? So yes, you can have your team working on through your account, but then they all have their separate logins. On point, I like to be vulnerable and share my information to get an example of how April would help me as I pivot from corporate to monetizing my skills from nearly 30 years in pharmacy leadership. Oh shoot, I thought I missed the last. I'm glad I got you. That was great. Yeah, Dr. Felicia, if you want to drop something in the chat, we can go ahead and let April cook for you. Y'all give me 1 second. My office is getting dry and my asthma is flaring up in here. All right, I'm back. Hey, Khadijah, what's going on? Look, your girl told us we needed to go live, and I promised yesterday that I was going to go live. So here I am. Yes, I will keep this up public on YouTube. So let's just see for 1 second. All right, so let's start the conversation. Da, 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 da. I know, look, we've been in front of our computer screens for a minute with some good stuff. So listen, I got it. Replays are good. All right. Thank you, boo. I appreciate you. April. Right. Listen, we gotta do what we say we doing, okay? So, Dr. Felicia, I'm just gonna use your words straight into April to start the conversation. All right. So I said, hey, April, what advice do you have to help me pivot from corporate to monetizing my skills and expertise from my nearly 30 years in pharmacy leadership? Where would you suggest I start, and how would you recommend I package up my expertise? All right. So let's dive into this exciting transition. You've got nearly 30 years of pharmacy leadership under your belt. I'm going to come right back to that, Dr. Felicia. So let's do this. Which is a gold mine of experience. Here's how you can start monetizing your skills. One, identify your niche, which it looks like you've already done. Think about aspects of pharmacy leadership you're most passionate about. Is it team management, operational efficiency, or perhaps regulatory compliance? Pinpointing your niche will help you stand out. Two, create a signature offer. Package your expertise into a service or product. This could be consulting, online courses, workshops. Consider what problems you can solve for your target audience and how you can deliver that solution. Three, build your personal brand. Establish yourself as an authority in your niche. Start by sharing valuable insights and tips on platforms like LinkedIn or through a personal blog. Four, network and collaborate. Leverage your existing network and seek out new connections in your field. Collaborations can open doors to new opportunities, expand your reach. Number five, develop a marketing strategy. Use your industry knowledge to create content that resonates with your audience. Share case studies, success stories, and testimonials to build trust and showcase your expertise. Number six, offer free value. Consider hosting free webinars or writing ebooks to provide value up front. This can help you build an audience and establish trust before pitching your paid services. Number 7, seek feedback and iterate. As you launch your offerings, gather feedback and be open to making adjustments. This will help you refine your services and better meet the needs of your clients. All right. So Khadija, so April is a copywriter. So anything she focuses on is going to be like sales, messaging, and sales and marketing content related. But yes, she can definitely share recommendations. All right, so let's dig into the additional things. This is a good start. I am a, let me see if I can copy this. Copy text, yes. I am Dr. Felicia, a trailblazer and seasoned. Okay. Let's go, Dr. Felicia. You better come. You better come with the receipts. All right, let me copy and paste that. Also, and then we'll say my focus is Health Southern Gilda's goal setting. Okay, so she came back in, define your unique value with your trailblazing expertise, highlight your unique perspective in leadership and emotional intelligence. So that's the information she's telling you from defining your unique value. That's your unique value. Leadership and emotional intelligence that sets you apart in the health and self-development space. For your signature program, create a flagship program under, is that, she got this name wrong. That combines your expertise in emotional intelligence and with guiltless goal setting. This could be a comprehensive coaching package or a series of workshops designed to empower leaders in the healthcare industry. Like you could do an online conference, like what we just left with my girl Audria Richmond. You can go to her page, Audria Richmond, to check out. Oh no, it does. It's not up anymore. But she just did a 3-day conference where she talked about branding and marketing. It was phenomenal. So you could do something along the same line, like with an online conference. It could be a 2-day online conference. It doesn't have to be in person, but you could do an online conference. You can do a workshop. You can do a series, a coaching package, like what April says here. So that's what she's saying, like a series of workshops. Thought leadership and content creation. Share your insights through articles, podcasts, or webinars. Focus on topics like emotional intelligence and leadership, overcoming barriers in the healthcare industry, and strategies for guiltless goal setting. Thank you, Khadija. I so appreciate you. I was about to get there when I got done reading this for her. I appreciate you, love. That's Audria's YouTube page. Go follow her. It will take you down a rabbit hole of goodness, like a rabbit hole of goodness. She has that down as far as launching and branding and all that good stuff. All right. This will position you as a thought leader and attract your target audience. Leverage your network. Use your established connections in the healthcare and pharmacy sectors to collaborate on projects or speaking engagements. So you can pitch yourself for speaking engagements. You can pitch yourself as a consultant. So that's what number 4 is. Number 5, personal branding and online presence. Build a strong online presence that reflects your brand's focus on health, self-development, and leadership. Regularly update your LinkedIn profile and website with any testimonials, success stories, and client transformations. Offer free resources. Consider offering free resources like ebooks or mini courses on emotional intelligence and goal setting. This can help you build an audience and establish trust. before introducing your paid services. And then 7 is the same. So let's go up and say, okay, this is all great. And then let's say something about, now you can say, great. What topics, what subtopics suggest I write on for these? For example, outline of LinkedIn article with 5 to 7 key points on guiltless goal setting. Like, you're the expert, so you wouldn't need this. But let's say you just need some assistance knowing what you can talk about in a LinkedIn article to make it easier for you to just flow with it. So then April comes in and April says, okay, cool. Let's craft a LinkedIn article for you. Mastering guiltless goal setting with emotional intelligence. Like, she put it all together. Introduction to power of guiltless goal setting. So now she's talking to you. Start with a compelling hook. She's telling you what to do as the expert. Understanding emotional intelligence and goal setting. Explain how emotional intelligence plays a role in setting and achieving goals. Number 3, identifying personal values and priorities. Guide readers on aligning goals with their core values. Share tips on prioritizing goals that resonate personally and professionally. Number 4, set realistic and achievable goals. Discuss the importance of da 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 da. Number 5, embracing flexibility and adaptability. Number 6, celebrating progress, not perfection. Number 7, conclusion, the journey to guiltless success. Now, let's say you're like, okay, great. Now we can say, this is good. Write this section for me. You see how we're going through the iteration of getting the details, outlining it, because at any point, again, April writes with you. At any point, you may say, okay, I got this based on the outline. I'm about to go do this. I'm the expert. I'm going to write it. I'll bring it back to you, April, when I want you to review the final thing. But then there's some people who may just be like, no, I want you to start writing it for me, and then I'll fill in the blanks. So we asked her to write the intro. And so she wrote, let's dive into the world of goal setting where the pressure to achieve can sometimes feel like a heavyweight champion sitting on your shoulders. Woo! That's heavy. Traditional goal setting often comes with the side of guilt, the kind that nags at you when you miss a deadline or fall short of expectations. But what if there was a way to set goals without the guilt trip? Enter guiltless goal setting. This approach flips the script, focusing on progress over perfection and aligning your goals with your true values. It's about setting intentions that resonate with who you are, not just what you think you should achieve. By embracing this mindset, you not only reduce stress, but also create a more fulfilling path to success. Let's explore how guiltless goals can transform your journey and make the process as rewarding as the outcome. So then you may be like, all right, cool. You wrote the intro, I got the rest. Or you can be like, okay, April cooking. Now we can go down and say, I like to go section by section because I feel like April does better section by section because that's how copywriters write. But let's say we say, let's see what she does say. Okay, cool. Write the rest of the article. This is so helpful. I know what I know. I struggle with where to start sharing what I know. See? And so she did the outline and then she goes down and she gives you some meat for the other topics. So here's where I am a proponent of AI plus human intervention because at the end of the day, you are the expert. So where she has identifying personal values and priorities, this is good. But I would love for you to say, okay, in this section, add a story about when I did da 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 da. That's going to personalize this article. So now you're combining the information from an AI tool, which is written in a very, human way, right? But you're adding things that an AI would know, your stories, but you're not even having to write it. So let's say you say, in the identifying personal value section, add a story about when I was working in corporate. I'm just making this up. And had a fellow leader overwhelmed by too many priorities that I'm just writing something real stupid. Overwhelmed by too many priorities that had them paralyzed or something, right? So then now we have, where was it? When it comes, so you see how it says when it comes to setting goals, right? That's that section. So now this section says when it comes to setting goals, it's crucial to know what truly matters to you. Aligning your goals with your core values ensures that you're not just chasing dreams, but living them. Let me share a story from my corporate days that really hits home on this. I had a colleague, a fellow leader, who was juggling so many priorities that it left them feeling paralyzed. They were caught in a whirlwind of tasks, each one screaming for attention. It was like trying to juggle flaming torches while riding a unicycle. I mean, the visuals, y'all, hold on, because the visuals that April is writing with, let me tell you, okay? Juggling flaming torches while riding a unicycle. Don't tell me y'all didn't see the picture from that. Oh my gosh. Not exactly a recipe for success. You think? We sat down and took a hard look at what truly mattered to them. It wasn't about ticking off every box on a never ending to do list. Instead, it was about identifying the core values that resonated with their personal and professional life. Once they honed in on those values, it became clear which goals were worth pursuing and which could be set aside. This alignment not only fueled their motivation, but also kept them grounded when the going got tough. By focusing on what truly mattered, they were able to prioritize effectively and move forward with clarity and purpose. So take a moment to identify your non negotiables and let them guide your goal setting journey. April cooked on this. When I tell you, this is how you write an article with AI. You take what the AI gives you, and then hold on, y'all. Because she made all of this from me saying, in the identifying personal value section, add a story about when I was working in corporate and had a fellow leader overwhelmed by too many priorities that had them paralyzed. We went from that to all of this. And you will not see this article by anybody else because we took 5 seconds to personalize it. This is how you use AI the right way. Dr. Felicia says, I'm blown away. It's exactly how I speak. This is what April does. So when someone asked earlier what's the difference between ChatGPT, and I said there's really no comparison, is because April is a trained AI copywriter. Like, we write different. We write different over here. It's very conversational, it's relatable, but you gotta give the tool something to work with. A couple of sentences. Like, we took Dr. Felicia from how should I monetize? What should I do? Gave some clear lists, and now we like zeroing in on one of the suggestions. This is how you interact with AI. I'm not dissing the other tools. They're fine, they work, they're mainstream, right? But when you need good copy that actually speaks and resonates to your audience, you need an actual copywriter. And so I created an AI version of that to get you what you need in a way that doesn't sound or feel like content written by AIs from everybody else. Like, you won't see this like, oh, person A used AI, person B, oh, this sounds just like AI. Ain't nobody gonna think this sound like AI. Like, nobody is going to look at this and say, oh, that sounds like AI to me. Because it doesn't. Khadijah says, April, Chad, you ain't got nothing on April. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Like, and there's just the little nuances. I don't know if y'all know this, because it absolutely drove me crazy. Like, the other mainstream tools, they don't even do the M dash right. Y'all probably don't even write. Y'all probably won't even recognize this because you're not a writer. If you're not a writer, but that long line connecting the two, that is wrong, and it drives me nuts. April does it correctly, and I'm so happy. Anyway, moving on. So, Dr. Felicia, this is this. I want you to pop inside. If you're not already using April, go to propitchtool.com, propitchtool.com. We can hop on a call if you want to do another demo. I'm happy to do that for you. Just let me know, and we will get it popping. Yes, it's truly personal and touches on all the human elements. I love that. Thank you so much. All right, here's the link again for you guys. All right, and again, if you want to do another demo, we can definitely do that. We could do one one-on-one. But yeah, woo! April was cooking today. I feel like a proud mom. I feel like a proud mother today. Yes, yeah, yes. So yeah, anybody have any other questions for today? Woo! Jesus, I've been on here for a long time, y'all. Long time. Long time. I'm back. The holidays are over. I was supposed to speak this weekend, so I was waiting till all that got over for me to be able to come do lives again. But you guys will see me during these trainings on YouTube. My apologies for the delay. I don't know what was going on with my mic earlier, but I'll be doing these trainings on YouTube. I'll also be doing some on Zoom. So if you're on my email list, stay tuned for that. But I'll be doing some trainings on messaging and copywriting and using AI the right way to be able to get your content for you. So y'all stay tuned in for that. And if you don't have any more questions, again, I'm April Beverly, the $1 Million Word Stylist. Entrepreneurs and small business owners turn to my team, my AI copywriter, to transform their dull, boring words into spine-tingling sentences that propel folks without those credit cards and smack the buy buttons. Please make sure you come check out April. That's AIPRO at propitchtool.com. That's propitchtool.com. All right, I will see y'all next time. Thank y'all so much for hopping on. I appreciate y'all. Hey Khadijah, yeah, just shoot me a note, girl. Look, you know where to find me, and you can share your question with me. I thank y'all so much.